Kirkintilloch Review, print speaking to the blind, celebrating 40 years of audio newspaper production. Welcome to this week's edition of the Kirkintilloch Herald podcast, recorded at the Bishopbriggs Media Centre by our amazing volunteers. You can get in touch with us via Facebook, Twitter or Instagram using @QuenReview. That is @CuendReview. You can also contact us directly by emailing information@quenreview.com. That is INFORMATION @CuendReview.com, or by calling 0141 772 3976. That's 0141 772 3976.
This week's podcast, as published on the 18th of September 2024, is read to you by volunteers Corey, Gordon, Hunter and Ian. Work starts on 41 homes for rent. Report by Kevin McRoberts. Work has started on a new development to provide much needed affordable housing in Kirkintilloch. The site at Fault Head, near Kirkintilloch High School, will include 28 flats and 13 terrace houses. The properties will be owned and managed by Hillhead Housing Association, the only community-based housing association in Eastern Bartonshire. Hillhead are supported in the project by CURB, who are acting as a development agent, and the development is partly funded by the Scottish Government via an Alia charitable bond. Alia is a charity that helps small businesses and charities with initiatives including housing and social innovation. McTaggart Construction, specialist builders of affordable homes, expect to complete construction by autumn 2025. Managing Director Janice Russell said, "We believe that building quality, affordable homes positively changes lives and communities, and we look forward to delivering this very much needed housing project for Kirkintilloch." John Jameson, Chair of Hillhead Housing Association, added, "We are delighted that the project is now on site and pleased to be working with McTaggart on this very attractive development in a great location." Hillhead Housing Association will celebrate its 21st anniversary next year, and we are looking forward to marking that milestone with the provision of new high quality homes and the life-changing impact that they bring. The Housing Association currently provides 830 homes in Hillhead and Brazelyettes. The Faulthead site is Hillhead's first development project for 5 years. Eleanor Taggart, CURB's Director of Property Development, said, "CURB is delighted to assist Hillhead Housing Association to deliver much needed affordable homes at a time when there is a housing crisis across Scotland. We also welcome the opportunity to work with Hillhead Housing Association and McTaggart Construction to promote the construction industry as a positive career choice for young people. As part of the project's wider community benefit initiatives, McTaggart will work with school pupils in Kirkintilloch to support them to start a career in the house building industry." And that report was written by Kevin McRoberts and read by me, Ian McKenna. This week in history. September 19, 1985. More than 20,000 people died when an earthquake devastated large areas of Mexico City. On this day last year, changes to anonymity law meant dozens of young adults born via sperm or egg donation would soon be able to find out their biological origins, health officials said. September 20, 1984. A suicide bomber drove a lorry load of explosives at the US Embassy in Beirut, killing 40 people. On this day last year, a report found Venus flytrap plants had heat-sensitive cells in their trigger hairs, which act as a fire alarm, believed to help them survive in dry, grassy regions at risk of wildfires. September 21, 1981. Belize, originally known as British Honduras, gained its independence. On this day last year, Rupert Murdoch stepped down as chair of Fox and News Corp ending a 7-decade run as one of the world's most transformative and controversial media moguls. September 22nd, 1955. With the start of commercial television in Britain, the first advert transmitted was for Gibbs SR toothpaste. On this day last year, global rhinoceros numbers had increased to 27,000, despite populations still being ravaged by poaching and habitat loss, with some species seeing growing numbers for the first time in a decade. And that was This Week in History as published on Wednesday the 18th of September.
Brutal payment cut leaves OEPs facing a cold winter, as recorded by Hunter MacDonald. The Liberal Democrat MP for Mid Dumbartonshire has slammed the UK Labour government's plans to cut the winter fuel payment for pensioners. Susan Murray voted last week in Westminster to block the government's changes to introduce means testing for the payment, but the motion was defeated by 228 votes to 348. Miss Murray said, "Thousands of pensioners across our communities will be left deeply worried about how they will get by this winter with this cut to the winter fuel payment. So many pensioners are already facing another winter of a cost of living crisis, and this will make things worse. The damage left by the Conservatives to our economy is unforgivable, but cutting payments to vulnerable pensioners across Mid Dumbartonshire is no way to bring about the change the country deserves. I opposed the government and stood up for the many pensioners who are now at risk of an even bigger winter cost of living crisis. Liberal Democrats will keep fighting this cut tooth and nail. We're fighting for the real change people want to see." Age Scotland also condemned the Labour government's decision. Policy Director Adam Strachura said, "This winter is going to be brutal for hundreds of thousands of Scottish pensioners on low incomes or living in fuel poverty, who now face higher energy bills without the vital winter fuel payment which they relied on."
Holyrood recognition for Deli of the Year winners. Report by Kevin McRoberts. A much-loved family-run cafe and bakery at Lenzie, named recently as Scotland's Deli of the Year, has been honoured at the Scottish Parliament. Strathkelvin and Bearsden SNP MSP Rona Mackay put forward a motion at Holyrood commending Billington's on its success at the 10th Food Awards in Scotland 2024 last month. Husband and wife Mark and Sue Billington and their dedicated team fought strong competition to take the top prize at the annual Creative Oceanic Award ceremony at the Doubletree Hilton, Glasgow. Mark said, "It's not every day you receive a parliamentary motion. It's very much appreciated." He added, "It was a huge honour to win this award in such a fierce category. Big thanks to everyone who voted for us." Presenting Mark, Sue and managers Nick Billington and Rose Lightbody with a framed copy of the motion, Rona said, "This latest award is thoroughly deserved. Billington's is such an asset to the community, a much-loved local establishment. I was delighted to put forward a motion at the Scottish Parliament congratulating Mark, Sue and their talented team on their latest success. I'm sure there will be more to come." She added, "It was also a great chance to pick up some delicious treats, of which there are many." The Food Awards Scotland take place every year to acknowledge and celebrate the accomplishments of restaurants, cafes, chefs, producers and other top culinary experts across Scotland. A spokesperson for the Food Awards Scotland said, "It can be hard to stand out. This year's winners have all been distinguished as real masters in their field due to the hard work and dedication to customer satisfaction." This latest triumph for Billington's is just one of many this year. Other top accolades include Wine Bar of the Year at the Drinks Awards Scotland, Scottish Independent Retailer of the Year, Artisan Gin Stockist of the Year, and Cafe of the Year at Scotland's Business Awards. Billington's, which was founded in 2012, is also the producer of Lenzie Gin, which was named Scotland's Gin of the Year at the Scottish Gin Awards in 2019. And that article was written by Kevin McRoberts.
Male Voice Choir Open Night. Westerton Male Voice Choir, now one of the UK's largest, is holding its annual Open Night on Monday, October the 7th from 7 to 9:30 p.m. at their regular rehearsal venue of Kessington Hall, Bearsden. WMVC, which attracts singers from across East Dunbartonshire, aims to make singing accessible to as many men as possible, even if they are trying out their vocal cords for the first time. Whether regular singers or not, the Open Night offers an opportunity in a friendly atmosphere to see what they do and chat to the lads. Ken MacLeod, chairman, said WMVC was committed to promoting the many benefits of being in a choir, not just from the pleasure of singing, but also the physical and mental health and social aspects that can go hand in hand. WMVC has also announced that the charity it will be supporting for the next 2 years will be the Sally Magnuson founded Playlist for Life, helping especially those with dementia. For more details, see the WMVC Facebook page, call 07791 145 681, or visit the website www.wmvc.scot. The creation of a tasty trail in Kirkintilloch has been recognised in the Scottish Parliament. West of Scotland MSP Pam Gosal has put forward a motion at Holyrood praising the Kirky Cake and Coffee Trail, which was launched during Scotland Loves Local Week with the support of Kirkintilloch Business Improvement District BID. It celebrates the rich menu of places in which residents and visitors can enjoy a bite to eat. The motion states that Parliament commends the efforts of Kirkintilloch Business Improvement District BID in creating the Kirky Cake and Coffee Trail, believes that the Trail app will help users navigate the trail and in turn support local hospitality businesses, notes that the pilot project is supported by tech company Vicinity and Scotland's Improvement Districts SIDS as part of Scotland Loves Local Week, understands that the digital town trail will show how much there is to enjoy in the local areas for locals and visitors alike, and wishes the team every success in the initiative. The trail in Kirkintilloch was one of 3 in Scotland developed in partnership with Vicinity, the others being in Alloa and Linlithgow. At the launch, Colin Barrows, Kirkintilloch BID's joint project manager, said, "What better way to work your way around that town than sampling coffee and cake as you go? Kirkintilloch has some great places to eat, and we hope that the trail is a great way to shine a spotlight on them."
Scotmid's invitation to local producers. Report by Kevin McRoberts. Convenience retailer Scotmid has teamed up with Scotland Food and Drink to give East Dunbartonshire based producers a chance to have their products stocked in its stores. Scotmid's Scottish Favourites competition is open to food and drink suppliers across various product categories. The competition coincides with Scotland Food and Drink September, an annual celebration now in its 15th year. The 2024 campaign aims to highlight and promote the naturally Scottish brand by celebrating the individuals and products that make Scotland's food and drink industry famous worldwide. Applications are now open, with the chance for 16 different producers to be selected to pitch their taste panel, a panel of food and drink experts, between November 5 and 12 in a Dragon's Den style format. Stephen Addison, Scotland Local Sourcing Manager, said, "Local sourcing is incredibly significant to us, and we are privileged to collaborate with an exceptional variety of suppliers nationwide. Scotland genuinely boasts some of the finest food and drink globally, and the quality of local products continues to improve each year. We are always seeking opportunities to expand our Scottish offerings, whether through national listings or hyper-local items. We are thrilled to partner once more with Scotland Food and Drink for the launch of the Scotmid Scottish Favourites competition, which enables us to enhance our portfolio with new and innovative products and support local producers. At least 3 winning products will secure an ongoing listing in Scotmid stores from early next year. Helen Wallace, UK Market Development Manager at Scotland Food and Drink, said, "We are thrilled to be working alongside Scotmid to deliver this project and further develop Scotland's reputation as a land of food and drink. It's crucial for reporters to access retail opportunities to expand their businesses and the industry. Scotmid is highly regarded for supporting relationship development and providing entry points for smaller producers." Applicants for the competition close at 11 p.m. Tuesday, October 15th. Find out more and apply at foodanddraink.scot/events-events/Scotmids-Scottish-favourites. And that article was written by Kevin McRoberts.
Spending money. East Dunbartonshire residents had one of the highest levels of disposable income in Scotland in 2022, according to newly published figures. Disposable income is the amount of money people have available for spending or saving after taxes and social contributions, and is used by economists as a way of comparing the economic welfare of different areas. The Office for National Statistics estimates East Dunbartonshire residents each had around £25,270 in disposable income as of 2022, one of the highest levels in Scotland. Figures show disposable incomes have on average grown by 3.3% a year in the area since 1997, outpacing the national rate of 3.1%. In East Dunbartonshire, disposable incomes grew by 6.5% between 2021 and 2022, below the CPIH inflation rate of 7.9%.
Slow down and reduce collisions. Report by Kevin McRoberts. A new road safety campaign is asking drivers in East Dunbartonshire to slow down to help reduce collisions and casualties. The campaign has been launched by the Scottish Government and the Scottish Safety Camera Programme in response to speeding contributing to 1 in 5 deaths on Scotland's roads. Safety cameras play a crucial role in reducing speed and casualties, ultimately saving lives, with research showing that camera sites led to a 42% less fatal or serious injuries over a 4-year period, while fixing camera sites reduced the number of speeders by 70% in the same time period. Councillor Gordon Lowe, leader of East Dunbartonshire Council, said, "This campaign is an important reminder to drivers in East Dunbartonshire to consider their driving behaviour and slow down to help reduce collisions and casualties on our roads. We are urging all local drivers to abide by the speed limit and to adjust their driving according to the weather conditions. Nearly half, 44% of reported casualties on Scotland's roads take place on rural roads, but because speeds are higher on these roads, they account for almost 3/4, 74% of road deaths. Research shows fatal collisions caused by drivers travelling at 65 miles per hour could be halved if the drivers slowed down by just 5 miles per hour. Cabinet Secretary for Transport, Fiona Hislop, said, "No matter how experienced you are as a driver, collisions can happen to anyone and the consequences could be devastating. For you, for other road users and for loved ones. We are urging drivers to consider their driving behaviour and reduce their speed, making our roads safer for everyone." Chief Superintendent Hilary Sloan, Head of Road Policing, added, "Speeding is always a risk. It only takes a split second to lose control and it only has to happen once. A collision affects more than just you and your vehicle. It impacts your family, the victim's family, emergency services and people who witness it. Everyone has to take responsibility to save lives on the Scotland roads." For more information about the campaign, go to roadsafety.scot. And that article was written by Kevin McRoberts. Your Young Champions in the Provost Awards. Report by Kevin McRoberts. Continuing our focus on the winners of the East Dunbartonshire Provost Community Champion Awards 2024, we conclude with the Young Champions. Due to the high calibre in nominations, it was difficult to choose winners, so, for the second year in a row, there were 2 winners in the Young Champion category. Halima Khan, Young Champion. Halima Khan is part of a small team that run the Bishop Bulletin, Bishopbriggs Academy's school magazine. With an interest in investigative journalism, Halima has written on topics such as child labour in the production of chocolate and homelessness in Scotland, as well as light-hearted pieces. She works closely with primary 7 pupils to introduce them to journalism and get them involved in the magazine, and meets with local care home residents to share the Bishop Bulletin with them. The Bulletin has given Halima the opportunity to give back to the community, and she has grabbed it with both hands, winning the first News Young Reporter of the Year, a national competition which saw her reporting and presenting on Sky News' flagship show for young people, FYI. Halima said, "It was a great honour to receive this Young Champion award. I think it's so important to be inclusive and to connect with our communities and support each other. That's what our Bishop Bulletin does for our school community, and I'm always happy to support people whenever I can." Heather Bryson, Young Champion. Our next Young Champion is Heather Bryson. Heather is an avid volunteer from delivering Christmas hampers and gifts to those struggling during the holidays and gaining lifeguard qualifications to promote water safety, to lending her voice to talking newspapers. As well as this, Heather volunteers at a local charity supporting children and young adults with learning and physical disabilities to participate in sports, which has led to her being involved with Sport Scotland and Young Scot. Heather began to get involved in the local community during lockdown, when she began to recycle cups and saucers into bird feeders to raise money for dementia services. From this, she began to produce cheer exercise videos for older people, hosting live Zoom classes for care homes and individuals, and continues to be involved with the NHS and other organisations. Heather said, "I am honoured to receive the Provost Young Champion Award and hope this encourages others to follow in my footsteps. This recognition is incredibly meaningful to me, and I am truly grateful for the support and encouragement from the Eastern Bartonshire community. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the Provost for this prestigious award. I hope this award inspires others to volunteer and make a positive impact in our community. Don't let your age, whether you're younger or older, get in the way of chasing your dreams. Finding a focus makes life fun, and in turn share that fun with others. Thumbs up and smile." Here's a full list of winners of Provost Community Champion Awards 2024. Community Champion, Lorna Thompson, Kirkintilloch. Young Champions, Halima Khan, Bishopbriggs, and Heather Bryson, Lindsay. Caring Champion, Jacqueline Willis, Mulgai. Sports Champion, Suzanne Cahagan, Bearsden. Arts and Heritage Champion, Pat Field, Bearsden. Sustainability Champion, Ivor McClure, Lennoxtown. And that report was written by Kevin McRoberts.
Slow Down and Smile in Woods by Kevin McRoberts. Forestry and Land Scotland, the FLS, is asking all visitors to its woodlands to be more considerate of other people in a bid to improve everyone's day out. FLS look after 300 destinations across Scotland. Many are well used all year round, but with the good weather, they all get busier than usual. With such high levels of usage and people visiting for different forms of recreation, being friendly and respectful can help to minimise any user conflicts. Stuart Chalmers of FLS said, "We look after some great locations across Scotland that are a great resource both for locals and for visitors. We want everyone to be welcome in our forests. People pursue different recreational activities, from quieter pursuits like photography, art or reading, to more active pursuits such as walking, running, horse riding or mountain biking. Our forests can get really busy and different interests sometimes cross paths, which can sometimes give rise to issues. The best way to make everyone's visit a great day out is to simply be respectful of other visitors and considerate of their needs. All it takes is to slow down and smile. Recent examples raised with FLS staff include mountain bikers who don't slow down when passing people, horses or dogs, and dog walkers not having their pets under close control or on a long lead, which can create a trip or entanglement hazard. All visitors to FLS forests have the right of responsible access afforded to them through the Scottish Outdoor Access Code, the SOAC. The SOAC has three main principles: respecting the interests of other people, caring for the environment, and taking responsibility for your own actions. And that article was by Kevin McRoberts.
Rise in degree qualifications. Around 1 in 3 adults in Scotland, 1.5 million, have degree level qualifications or above, up 334,200 since 2011, according to new census statistics from National Records of Scotland. The latest report from Scotland's Census 2022 showed larger increases for females than males since the last census. In 2022, 35.1% of females aged 16 and over had a degree level qualification or above. This is up from 27.1% in 2011. The percentage of males aged 16 and over with degrees or above increased from 25% to 29.6% over the same period. Occupation data shows that more than half of workers in professional, 55.3%, and associate professional, 50.3% jobs were female. However, females make up 40% of workers in managerial and senior roles, despite more females having a degree at almost all ages. Almost a third, 31.6% of workers worked from home at the time of the census, with the number trebling to 800,500 from 259,600 in 2011. This is an increase of 540,900, 208.4%. John Roth-Smith, National Records of Scotland Director of Census Statistics, said, "Census data presents a fascinating picture of how Scotland's people in their day-to-day lives are changing. Since 2011, we have seen a large increase in the number of adults with degree-level qualifications or above. In particular, more than a third of females across Scotland now have a degree or above. The increase in home working was largely driven by changes in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Some changes in response to the pandemic were temporary, others are likely to be longer lasting."
Dozens stopped from voting due to ID rule. Report by Will Grimmond. Dozens of people in the Mid Dunbartonshire and Cumbernauld and Kirkintilloch constituencies were turned away from polling stations at the recent general election after failing to produce ID. New figures from the Electoral Commission show 93 voters were initially turned away from polling stations in Mid Dunbartonshire due to ID rules, while 60 of these returned to vote, 33 did not. In the Cumbernauld and Kirkintilloch constituency, 41 voters were initially turned away, with just 20 returning to vote. The Commission cautions the true number may be higher than this, as some voters may have been told about the ID requirement by staff before they asked for a ballot, and, therefore, would not have been recorded as being turned away. Voters were required to show photo ID before being allowed to vote, the first time each such rule was applied to an election in Scotland. The move proves controversial, with some groups saying it may be made voting harder for younger people and ethnic minorities, who are less likely to have a valid form of photo ID. Electoral Commission and Chief Executive Vijay Rangarajan said, "This was the first time all voters across the UK were required to show photographic ID at a general election, and the data shows almost everyone was able to do so successfully. However, our research shows that the need for ID discouraged some people from voting, and we don't want to see any voters lose their say." Mr Rangarajan continued, "Everyone eligible should have the opportunity to vote, which is why we are recommending changes that will support those who do not currently have ID and improve the accessibility of elections, while maintaining the security of the process. The Electoral Commission has called for the government to review whether a large number of ID documents could have been valid for use in such elections, such as the Job Centre Plus Travel Discount card and the 18 Plus Student Oyster Photo card, in addition to the Veteran card. In total, 34,757 people voted at 73 polling stations in the Mid Dumbartonshire constituency, with the seat being won by Liberal Democrat Susan Murray. In Cumbernauld and Kirkintilloch, 29,778 people voted at 75 polling stations, with Labour's Katrina Murray coming out on top. And that report was by Will Grimmond.
Fitness Day offers. The Leisure Dome in Bishopbriggs and Kirkintilloch Leisure Centre are celebrating National Fitness Day today, Wednesday, September the 18th, with many free activities and promotions. There's free swimming pool access until 3:30pm and free badminton and pickleball, bookable in 30-minute sessions, taking place throughout the day. At the Leisure Dome there are also free group fitness classes all day, as well as group fitness taster sessions in the evening from 5:30pm and free soft play access from 9:30am to 6pm. All classes should be booked and access limits apply to the pool and soft play. Special membership promotion for new members are also being offered today, along with tours of the facilities for new visitors.
Public urged to help set new CPR world record by Kevin McRoberts. The Scottish Ambulance Service, SAS, and Save a Life for Scotland, SALFS, are calling for members of the public to learn CPR and help set a Guinness World Record on Thursday, October the 10th. A live stream event, Restart a Heart Live, will be hosted on YouTube and needs 1,500 people to tune in to one of the sessions to set the new record. Members of the public are encouraged to join one of the sessions, which are running on the hour from 9am to 8pm. In addition to CPR training, each 25-minute session will provide education on how to use a defibrillator and what to expect when you dial 999. The world record attempt is being led by Lee Myers, SAS Paramedic Clinical Team Leader, who has trained hundreds of primary and secondary students across the Scottish borders in CPR skills and defibrillator awareness over his career so far. Lee said, "Currently only 1 in 10 people in Scotland survive an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest, and the likelihood of that person surviving drops by 10% for every minute someone does not attempt CPR. The key to more people surviving is training in schools and with the public. Through Restart a Heart Live, we want to train as many people as possible in how to do hands-only CPR and how to use a defibrillator. By taking part in this training, we hope that people will have the confidence to attempt CPR on someone whose life depends on it. So join us on Thursday, October the 10th, to support your community and be a part of a Guinness World Record attempt." Lisa McInnes, Director of the Save a Life for Scotland campaign, added, "Learning how to help someone in the event of a cardiac arrest is one of the ways we look out for each other. Everyone in Scotland should know how to do CPR and use a defibrillator. Join us on October the 10th to learn how." Restart a Heart Live is being held on October the 10th to align with the Restart a Heart RSAH. Restart a Heart Live is being held on October the 10th to align with the Restart a Heart initiative led by Resuscitation Council UK. This annual initiative aims to increase the number of people returning to their normal day-to-day life after out-of-hospital cardiac arrests by helping more people learn CPR. Find out more about Restart a Heart Live at www.savealife.scot/RestartAHeartLive2024.
The Kirkintilloch and Bishopbriggs Herald letters page, dated Wednesday the 18th of September 2024. Let's talk. Please send your letters via email to kirkyherald@jnscotland.co.uk. That's KIRKYHERALD JNScotland.co.uk and write letters in the subject field. Please keep letters to a maximum of 300 words. Letters cannot be published without a name and postal address. Also include a daytime phone number if possible. We reserve the right to edit any letter. What black hole? Sir, the Scottish Government has signalled that public expenditure will be reduced by around £1 billion, which is presumably due to underfunding by Westminster, while the Chancellor has means tested the winter fuel allowance and is now looking at ways of reducing the state pension. This is all in the name of eradicating what is called a black hole, whatever that is. It would be nice if the Chancellor could advise us the reason for the problem. What is it? How did it arise, and how did she establish the exact figure? The chances are we were being fobbed off by some political rhetoric. A black hole can come about where expenditure is higher than income, which increases debt, or projects have been approved which have not been funded, or some other reason. Dodgy accounting. All the people who voted for Labour and change are being shortchanged. Yours, etc., Hamish McIntyre, by email. Scotland returns to normality. Sir, the revolutionary spirit of Scottish nationalism has been and gone. Those of us Scots who vehemently opposed the revolutionary policies of Swinney, Salmond and Sturgeon have survived the onslaught of their hell-bent intention to disrupt the 300-plus-year-old Union. As a political party, the SNP has reached the point of no return. Following the 2026 Holyrood elections, it will fade into insignificance. Its leaders may well appear in future history books, but not in any heroic position. Let us not forget that it was the combined efforts of Labour and the Liberal politicians which led to the formation of the Scottish Executive in Edinburgh. This was certainly not intended to cause the breakup of the UK. It was simply meant to create a medium for handling Scottish affairs more directly. Similar administrations were established in Wales and Northern Ireland. For sure, the people of Scotland will be well short of the SNP. Yours, etc., Robert I.G. Scott. Address supplied. Magic debt. Sir, if Chancellor of the Exchequer Rachel Reeves wishes to save money, she might turn her attention to the banking system and the £100 billion a year interest they charge on our £2.8 billion national debt. That is to say, about £2 billion a week. What makes this an outrage is that much of the national debt is bank magic money, conjured from thin air by means of their fractional reserve lending system. The banks charge interest on money they have themselves created. Here is an opportunity for Rachel Reeves to reform this ludicrous and costly system where private banks create the public money supply. She would improve life for us all while making herself famous. Yours, etc., Malcolm Parkin, by email. Poor prowess. Sir, if the 800,000 pensioners who could, but have not claimed pension credit did so, Keir Starmer's £1.5 billion savings by abolishing the £300 winter fuel payment would be greatly diminished, if not completely wiped out. So if this is a flavour of Starmer and his Labour Party's economic prowess, heaven help us with their drive to grow the economy. These errant pensioners are already saving the country money. Who the hell is advising the fools in Downing Street? Yours, etc., Stan Hogarth, by email. SNP's not interested. Sir, I am very disappointed with the SNP. During the recent Prime Minister's question time, September 11th, why did the SNP MP for Argyll, Button, South Lochaber ask a question about Gaza instead of talking about the winter fuel allowance being taken away, which would actually affect Scottish pensioners more than the cancellation of Israeli contracts? All the SNP MPs voted against removing the winter fuel allowance, but why do the SNP continually use their question time in Westminster to spout their hatred of Israel, instead of investing this time to benefit the interests of the Scottish people and to help the country of Scotland, whom they are being paid to represent? The SNP have only 9 MPs in the House of Commons when, at one time, they had 56. Last year 44. Does that not tell them something? There is no point in voting for SNP when they are more interested in what is happening in other countries on other continents than what is actually happening in their own country. Yours, etc., Carol Davis, by email. And that was this week's letters page from the Kirkintilloch and Bishopbriggs Herald. Don't lose out on games benefits. Report by Kevin McRoberts. Neighbouring areas such as East Dunbartonshire could benefit from Glasgow hosting the Commonwealth Games in 2026. That's the view of West of Scotland MSP Neil Bibby, who says the Scottish Government must not let £100 million slip through its fingers by failing to take the opportunity to bring the Games to the city. Mr Bibby, who is also Scottish Labour's culture and sports spokesperson, spoke out after raising the issues at Holyrood last week, just days before Australian authorities promised a multi-million-pound investment to help finalise the deal. However, when questioned in Parliament, Cabinet Minister Neil Gray did not commit to supporting the Games, saying that we are considering the potential risks that exist from the exposure to public funding costs that we cannot cover. The Commonwealth Games Federation submitted a £114 million proposal to the Scottish Government in May based on £100 million direct investment from the Federation, with the remaining £40 million covered by commercial opportunities. In order to be cost effective, the Games would be based on a new and scaled down model using existing accommodation and sporting venues. Mr Bibby said that as well as being cost neutral to the Scottish Government, it is estimated the Games would inject a further £150 million into the economy in terms of jobs, tourism and procurement contracts. This is potentially a fantastic opportunity for Glasgow and neighbouring areas, such as East Dunbartonshire, that the Scottish Government should be seizing with both hands, said Mr Bibby. This is a unique opportunity to boost Glasgow's economy, upgrade our sports facilities and promote brand Scotland, not to mention introduce a new generation to the excitement of elite sport on their doorstep. The Scottish Government must not let this £100 million of inward investment slip through its fingers. This is the time to show ambition and make sure we secure the Commonwealth Games before it's too late. Responding to Mr Bibby's questions, Mr Gray said discussions were ongoing, adding, "Obviously, we understand the potential benefits for the Scottish economy, tourism, Scottish elite sport and the future of the Commonwealth Games itself, which is why we continue to give it very serious consideration. We are working with the UK Government, Commonwealth Games Scotland and the Commonwealth Games Federation to understand this new and untested concept. The figures we have been quoted are ambitious. We continue to be ambitious, but an ambitious programme and an ambitious target within the financial envelope inherently draw risk. Glasgow previously hosted the Games in 2014, but the 2026 proposal would feature 10 sports across 4 venues, instead of the 18 that took place a decade ago. At the weekend, Commonwealth Games Australia made an offer to provide financial support if Glasgow hosted the Games. The Australian state of Victoria withdrew as host last year due to financial issues. In an article written by Kevin McRoberts. Wednesday, the 18th of September 2024. Church News. Milton of Campsie. During Go Mad, Milton of Campsie Community Quiz attracted 14 teams who battled it out over 5 rounds. The winners, BB or Not To Be, Stephen, Jackie, Robert and Yvonne, are pictured. We continue to celebrate the season of creation. A 4-week creation Bible study has begun. Toddler group meet on Mondays at 9:45am, Hobbies Club at 2pm, Badminton at 7:30pm, Cafe Connect is on Tuesdays at 9:30am. Time to pray on Wednesday is at the earlier time of 6:45pm, after which Howard, a fair trade rice farmer, will join us. Our teams, Tell, Teach, Tend, Transform and Treasure, meet at 7:45pm. Also, this Wednesday at 2pm, the Guild meets for afternoon tea, purchased from the Fells in the church buildings with a quiz and a sing-along. On Friday, the Junior and Anchor sections of BB meet at 6:15 p.m. A special fair trade coffee event will take place after worship on Sunday, September 15. Remember to buy your Killinborough fair trade rice at £2 a bag. This enables a child in Malawi to go to school. Umpagride, a Go Mad Extra, is being planned for Sunday, September the 22nd from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. The church's magazine, Messenger, has been delivered through every letterbox in the village. If you didn't get one or would like one posted to you, contact the TEL team on 07582 713 463. St Mary's Parish Church. The service on Sunday, September 22nd will be taken by the Reverend Dr. Ruth Morrison and begin at 11 a.m. as usual. There will be age-appropriate activities for our young people in the church halls during the service. Wednesday welcome will continue on Wednesday, September 25th, when the church is open for tea, coffee, home baking and fellowship from 10 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. This is followed by a short service taken by the Reverend Ruth Morrison. The craft group also meet on Monday, September 23rd from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m, when we will continue making items for Christmas. Tea, coffee and biscuits, as well as some chatty while we work, is also available. All are welcome to join us. Tickets for the Harvest Lunch will be on sale after the service on Sunday, September 22nd, costing £1 plus a donation on the day. The lunch consists of baked potatoes with a variety of fillings, followed by apple pie, and will take place after the service on Sunday, October 13th. Kirkintilloch Church of God. At Regent Hall, Regent Street on Sunday, there will be a Good News service at 4 p.m. The speaker will be Rodney Johnson, who will give an illustrated talk on the summer of sport, including Rodney's involvement in the Paris Olympic Games and his Christian faith. A warm welcome is extended to everyone who is able to attend our service. On Wednesday, Coffee Corner is open from 12 noon to 2 p.m. for home baking and coffee. Come along and join our friends and neighbours for a coffee and a chat. For up-to-date and further information on our services, visit our website on www.regenthall.org. The Bible says, "Let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, who, for the joy set before him, endured the cross." Hebrews chapter 12 verse 2. Lindsay Union Parish Church. Sunday service on Sunday, September 22nd is at 11 a.m, led by Reverend John Campbell. A creche is provided for babies and toddlers. Young people are also welcome to Lighthouse and Bible class. A live stream of the service will be available on YouTube. The meeting takes place for tea and coffee and home baking every Wednesday 10 a.m. till 12 noon in the new hall. Everyone, from the very young to the young at heart, is welcome to attend. We also have a good selection of greetings cards and second-hand books for sale. The coffee pot opens on Fridays for tea, coffee, home baking. A warm, friendly atmosphere for all ages. Art for seniors is on Monday, September 23rd at 1:30 p.m. in the new hall. Enjoy creating a piece of art under the step-by-step guidance of artist Bev McCluskey. No experience needed. Contact Margaret on 07792 168 826 to book your place. Lenzie Old Parish Church. Sunday worship begins in the church at 11 a.m. A creche is available for children under 3. Thursday afternoon club is on September 26 at 2 p.m. Enjoy tea or coffee and home baking, followed by a game of Scrabble, Dominoes, Rummikub or Uno. If preferred, you can sit back and chat and or do your knitting. There are books for sale and any donations go to Women's Aid. There is also a church sales table with cards, knitted baby jackets, homemade jam, chutney, etc. Cost £2. Colston Well Park Church. Feel like a change? Join us for our morning service at Colston Well Park, starting at 11 a.m. and conducted by Reverend Malcolm Cuthbertson, followed by tea, coffee, and conversation in the church hall after the service. Our art club continues this Monday at 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. and if you're interested in joining, come along any Monday for a chat or phone Ramsey on 07709 584 680 for more information. This Wednesday the Colston Tea Break continues from 11 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. and anyone is welcome, so come along for good chat, good food and good company, and it's free. Kenmure Parish Church. Leading our worship this Sunday at 11 a.m. will be Phil Allen, reader in the Church of Scotland. Visitors to the area will be made welcome when they join us for our Sunday morning worship. You can attend either in person or online on our YouTube channel. The service on YouTube can be watched live as it is streamed or later at a time that suits you. You can find our channel by simply searching for Kenmure Bishopbriggs on YouTube. There will be a period of fellowship following the service in the hall when teas, coffees, juice and biscuits are served. Most of our organisations/groups are up and running again after their summer break. The most up-to-date details of all of our groups that are currently running may be found in the What's On section of the website kenmure-church.co.uk. That's KENMURE-CHURCH.co.uk. To find us on Facebook, just search for Kenmure Parish Church. If you would like to join our WhatsApp group or receive the Bible studies from ABC, then email us at kenmurechurch@icloud.com. Springfield Cambridge Church. Morning worship on Sunday, September the 22nd will be our Harvest Thanksgiving service, conducted by Reverend Ian Taylor in the sanctuary at 11 a.m. Food or cash donations for this can be brought along to the church on Saturday, September the 21st, between 10 a.m. and 11:30 a.m, or on Sunday morning before the service. An offering will be taken during the service. Please place your offering in the offering plates as they are passed around the congregation. Tea and coffee will be served in the Cameron Hall after morning worship. Come and enjoy the fellowship. The Sunday school meets in room 2, where creche facilities are also available. Morning worship is also being live streamed on the Springfield Cambridge Church YouTube channel. A link to this can be found at www.springfieldcambridge.org.uk and Facebook page, where up-to-date information about events and church organisations can also be found. There will be a vestry hour on Wednesday, September the 18th, from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m, for anyone wishing to talk with the minister. There will be a short weekly service of worship in the Springfield Chapel on Wednesday, September the 18th, from 11:10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m, followed by tea and coffee in the Hall of Fellowship. The Guild is inviting the congregation to join them in supporting the East Dunbartonshire Food Bank warehouse by bringing donations and leaving them in the cupboard in the cloakroom. A list is attached to the cupboard identifying specific items specially requested. Members of the congregation who are taking part in the Smarties Challenge are asked to return their filled Smartie tube to the church by the end of September. St James Church, Hilton Road, Bishopbriggs. Rector Reverend Paul Watson, 0141 230 4080. There is a communion service in the chapel on Thursday, September the 19th at 11 a.m. and at 9 a.m. on Sunday, September 22nd. The 10:30 a.m. communion service with hymns is on the church and on Zoom. Everyone is welcome to come along to any of these services. Do stay on for tea, coffee and fellowship afterwards. Date for your diary: Sunday, September 29th, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. During the event, the situationness of our lives, the only place where we can start from is where we are. Understanding and valuing our own stories is a place where God is fully present. There are also virtual services and groups. For up-to-date information, refer to our social media, Facebook, St James LS Bishopbriggs, website www.stjamesbishopbriggs.org.uk. And that was this week's church news, as read by me, Ian. Philip will hopefully be back next week. Thanks for listening. Wednesday the 18th of September 2024, District News General. Exhibition. Soroptimists celebrate their 50th anniversary in Kirkintilloch with an exhibition in the William Patrick Library and the Old Kirk Museum. It runs from September the 17th to October the 12th and charts what Soroptimists have achieved in Kirkintilloch over the past 50 years. Walk in the footsteps of Beatrice Clugson. The annual walk to commemorate Beatrice Clugson, 1827 to 1888, founder of Broomhill Hospital and Lenzie Convalescent Home, is on Saturday, September the 21st, leaving Lenzie Station at 10 a.m. More details from Strathkelvin Rambler's website on 07732 592 544. Holyrood View. Peak fare decision must be reversed, by Ross Greer MSP. Of all of the Scottish Greens' achievements in government, scrapping peak train fares is one I was particularly proud of. For people who can't control when they need to travel, mostly workers and students, peak fares were an unfair tax on their commute, often doubling the price of their ticket. Scrapping peak fares was a no-brainer. It saved commuters hundreds, and in some cases thousands of pounds, and it got more people onto the train, leaving their cars at home and helping to tackle the climate crisis. The SNP's decision to bring back peak fares in a few weeks' time is a slap in the face to commuters who face a huge price hike just to get to work, college or university. It's also a clear example of the difference made by the Greens in government, and probably a sad indicator of what to expect from this new minority SNP government. The only way Scotland can meet our climate commitments is to get more people using the train, bus or their bike. We need to make it easier to leave the car at home and take a less polluting option. That's what the Scottish Greens have delivered, from free bus travel for young people to record spending on safe cycling infrastructure to scrapping peak rail fares. We also started the process of providing free bus travel for asylum seekers, but the SNP has sadly scrapped that before the scheme could even launch, despite it costing a tiny sum of money. Scotland's public finances are in crisis, and responsibility for that ultimately lies at Westminster. The UK government has refused to fund Scotland properly, or to devolve the economic and tax powers we would need to make these decisions for ourselves. But the Scottish government still has options. Bringing back peak rail fares was a choice, an avoidable one. Everyone who saved a lot of money over the last year thanks to the Scottish Greens will be left wondering why the SNP made the choice to massively increase their commuting costs once again. This decision is inevitably going to force some people back into their cars, making the climate crisis worse. For others who don't have a choice, it is going to mean far less money in their pocket. I'll certainly be fighting for it to be reversed, and for peak fares to be scrapped permanently. That was a Holyrood View by Ross Greer MSP. St Columba's Men's Club. St Columba's Men's Club of Kirkintilloch meets in the halls of St Columba's Church in the Old Isle Road, and it is not necessary to be a church member to join. The club, which has been in existence for many years, provides a chance for men to spend a Monday evening in very relaxed company and to participate in activities such as pool, snooker, carpet bowls, darts, table tennis and dominoes, or simply sit and chat. The membership comes not only from Kirkintilloch but also from Lenzie, Cumbernauld, Milton of Campsie and Bearsden. All men welcome. Meet Lady, Old English Bulldog, forever home wanted for Lady. Lady is currently being cared for by the Scottish SPCA, Edinburgh and Lothian's Animal Rescue and Rehoming Centre. This cuddly, friendly girl can be strong in the lead and does have some medical issues that are common with her breed. Therefore, an owner who has experience with the breed would suit her best. She loves people and is very happy with all human company, whether that's for cuddles, chasing a ball or playing a tug of war with ropes. She can, however, be picky when making doggy friends, so needs to be the only pet in the home. If you can give Lady her new home, please apply at www.scottishspca.org/rehome-a-pet. Rock Choir. Are you looking to learn to sing? The Kirkintilloch Rock Choir is led by local vocal tutor Elaine Williamson, a local community choir first and foremost. They are also part of the National Rock Choir Network, which has provided some exceptional opportunities. Members of our rock choir have had a chance to meet and sing in front of many celebrities and public figures, including His Royal Highness Prince William and the Fonz, Henry Winkler. To book your free singing taster lesson, go to www.rockchoir.com/join. That's www.rockchoir.com/join. Music at St Cyprian's. Two exceptional and accomplished new voices in the Scottish music scene, Juliet Lemoine and Chris Amer, together explore traditional Scottish music with originality, energy and depth at St Cyprian's Church, Lenzie on Saturday, September the 21st. Tickets £12.50 from www.datathistle.com. Bookface, Sit and Swap. Book lovers and TV buffs are in for an extraordinary treat this October, featuring none other than multi-million best-selling author Heather Morris and Synchronicity Films MD and creative director Claire Mundell. This highly anticipated event will take place on Saturday, October the 26th from 1:30pm to 4:30pm in Glasgow. Heather Morris, the phenomenal author behind the International Sunday Times and New York Times bestseller The Tattooist of Auschwitz, will be making a rare appearance all the way from New Zealand, joining Claire Mundell, BAFTA award-winning executive producer of The Tattooist of Auschwitz and MD of Synchronicity Films, for an in-depth conversation that is not to be missed. The duo will delve into the magic behind the scenes of the Sky original adaptation of Morris's best-selling novel, offering insights into the journey from page to screen, including the intricacies of script development, casting choices, music composition, and the storytelling. This exclusive event promises to be a unique opportunity in Scotland for fans of The Tattooist of Auschwitz, inspired by the memories of Holocaust survivor and former Auschwitz prisoner Lali Sokolov. Tickets available from Eventbrite. And that was this week's District News General, read by me, Ian McKenna.
Gibson says he is sorry to fans. This article was written by Brian Yule and it's being read by me, Corey. Kirkintilloch Rob Roy manager John Gibson apologised to the supporters for his team's performance despite reaching the third round of the South Challenge Cup. A 2-1 win away to Royal Albert was enough to see them through. Jordan Perry missed a penalty, but 2 goals from Michael Baber just edged it. Gibson was not a happy man after the final whistle as he spoke to the club's media team. He said, "It's important we win these cup ties. It gives us a wee break from the league and keeps the momentum going. We're in the next round, but that's about all you say about it really. The performance was terrible. The people I'm going to apologise to are the supporters, but what I will not say is you won't get performance like that from any of my teams ever again. It's not good enough. Some of these boys aren't listening to what they're being told. You would think they aren't being coached. Complacency is like a cancer that goes through the whole team. I told them about mindsets and it fell on deaf ears. They were told afterwards that it is not acceptable, so hopefully we'll not see that again, as we need to be 100 times better." Rob Roy were the only local side to reach the next round as Caledonian Locomotives were thrashed 7-1 at Clydebank, West Park United lost 4-3 away to Port Glasgow Juniors, Rossvale were beaten 2-0 at home to Caledonian Braves, and Ashfield went down 2-1 as they travelled to Locher Welfare. It is the second round of the Scottish Junior Cup this weekend, with Rob Roy getting the action underway with a trip to Glasgow University on Friday. Saturday will then see Ashfield host Thorn Athletic, Caledonian Locomotive entertain Arbroath Victoria, Glasgow Perthshire travel to Irvine Meadow, Rossvale welcome Hull Russell, and West Park United heading to Lochie Harp. That article was written by Brian Yule, and it was read by me, Corey. Warriors set ambitious £85,000 fundraising target. This article was written by Brian Yule, and it's being read by me, Corey. Glasgow Warriors have set their sights on raising £85,000 through the Fighting for Our Families campaign for the Glasgow Children's Hospital charity. After successfully raising £53,971 for the charity in the first year of the Fighting for Our Families campaign, the club is now determined to substantially increase that support. We will see it enhance its current fundraising activities and introduce new collaborations, all while mobilising supporters, sponsors, grassroots rugby clubs and schools across its community. Fundraising commenced at the pre-season fixture with Connacht at Scotstoun Stadium earlier this month. A special merchandise pack costing £15 celebrates the 2023-2024 league win, with all proceeds going directly to Fighting for Our Families. Sunday 6 October will see 14 Glasgow Warrior colleagues running the Great Scottish Run 10k or half marathon. The campaign will culminate in the Plaster It Purple match day, supported by Lidos, when Warriors host Emirates Lions on March 29th. Warriors Managing Director Al Kellock from Bishopbriggs said, "The Fighting for Our Families campaign is all about bringing together our community across Scotland and setting out a challenge that we all believe in and get behind." In the first year of the campaign, we heard several stories from individuals and rugby clubs about the life-changing support they had received from the Glasgow Children's Hospital charity. We are grateful to all those individuals and rugby clubs who gave their time and energy to come on this journey with us as we seek to give young people in Scotland the best care, services and family support possible in their greatest times of need. Together with our partners, Lidos, we have built a flagship event that we are extremely proud of. The Plaster It Purple match day will once again be the pinnacle of the campaign. We look forward to working with Lidos to make this the best Plaster It Purple game day we've had. In 2024-2025, we're going to make the Fighting for Our Families campaign even bigger than before, and we have plans to engage with even more people as we deepen our connections across the rugby community. That article was written by Brian Yule, and it was read by me, Corey. City set for their return to Peters Hill. This article is unattributed, but it's being read by me, Corey. Glasgow City returned to Peters Hill Park for the first time in the SWPL1 this season on Sunday for the visit of Hibernian. The club is offering free tickets to local community football teams, university sports teams and friends and family of the academy sides, with academy players already entitled to free season tickets. City Chief Executive Laura Montgomery said, "I am very happy that we are now able to return to play our football in the city we call home. The installation of a new surface ensures that we and all those who use the facility at Peters Hill have one of the best in Scotland. We will continue to work with the Partick Thistle Charitable Trust to provide a stadium that we can be proud of. I would like to take this opportunity to thank supporters who have followed the side as we navigated the challenges that the opening weeks of the season have brought. Your support is as appreciated today as it ever has been, and I encourage all fans, new and old, to join us for what we hope to be a special day. The kick-off will be 1 PM and tickets can be purchased at www.glasgowcityfc.co.uk. That's GLASGOWCITYFC.co.uk. City made it 6 victories in a row in SWPL 1 on Sunday with a 1-0 win away to Motherwell. Emily Whelan grabbed the only goal after 25 minutes as she cut in from the left to beat Rebecca Cameron at her near post. Rossville women have lost 3 on the bounce as they went down 5-2 at Livingston in SWPL 2 and host Ayr United this Sunday. That article was unattributed, but it was read by me, Corey.
That concludes this week's edition of the Kirkintilloch Herald podcast. Please remember to subscribe to our channels at Tune Review and to tell your friends about our service.